Hello, good morning everybody out there. My name's Ian and this is my podcast to do with my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. Let me just check, is this recording? Yes, it is. Hello there, how are you doing? As I say, this is my podcast in relation to my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds. Now, in this book, we talk about things that have happened in the past, and also what's been happening recently. If I haven't been doing much, but however, last week, you'll know we are very close to the end of the football season. We became champions of England last week. Saying we, if you've read this before, you'll know, or if you've heard me before, you'll know I'm in Liverpool, because I'm a big Liverpool fan. Unfortunately, last weekend, over the last few times that I've been, they've given us some headphones or some like goggles, not headphones, things that go over your eyes, not ears, so you could see the game. And then they have a switch on them that goes to the TV coverage, which I enjoyed. However, like I say, you can, zoom in on the action as it's happening. Unfortunately, they weren't available this time. I might speak to the ticket office in the next week or so, just to see if they're going to be there for the last game of the season, because it will be amazing when our captain Virgil van Dijk picks the Premier League trophy up at the last game of the season. The last time we won the league, it was during COVID, and no one was allowed in apart from the media and people like that, because of COVID, obviously. So I was sat at home watching it on my own, because I didn't want to mix to pick anything up. But yeah, it was an amazing day. My friends picked me up, and we went over to Anfield and went in the pub for a couple of drinks. The first round they bought inside the pub, and the second round he went and queued for over half an hour at a queue outside. When he brought the drinks back, I said to him, "Shall I go and queue up now for the next round?" But yeah, it was an amazing game. We conceded first, and then we scored 4 goals. So it was an amazing game. We were playing Tottenham, and one of our old players actually, Solanke, scored first, but then we scored 4 after that. We came out of the ground. I commented to my friend, I had a blue badge in the car, so we don't usually pay for parking. I had a blue badge in the car, and I commented that the ticket, the time will have run out. But he said it, from what people had said to him on his phone, it was very, very busy outside, and it was really extremely busy outside. It took us a little while, took us about half an hour to get back to the car, because of all all the crowds that were there. I think there was nearly as many in the outside the ground as there was inside the ground. Although, like I say, last time Liverpool won the league, we officially, people weren't able to mix. So it was an incredible day. And hopefully, it'll happen again before another 5 years. So hopefully, we won't have to wait that long again. We've had fairly one or two false dawns over the years, thinking that we're going to get back to it and things like that. For example, when we won the European Cup in 2005, I think I'd been to 3 home games, and I managed to get a ticket for the final. And I started going to the football with a person, John, that was giving us a lift. And at the time, I was still walking, and I think I took my wheelchair with me, but I didn't use it much. I don't think I had a wheelchair at that point. Anyway, I fell a few times, and I had a few rests now and again. And we were staying near the Blue Mosque. So that that year we were 3-0 down, and then we came back to 3-3, and then they played extra time, and the game went to penalties, and we won on penalties, and it was an amazing game. I don't think I had any commentary that game, but I thought, well, because in the semi-final against Chelsea, when we had the ball, or when we didn't have the ball, everyone was booing. So, all the Liverpool fans were. So I thought I was quite happy. I thought, well, if it's anything like the semi-final, I'll know when we don't have the ball or when we do have the ball. So, I think on Sunday, I think many people stayed in the ground over an hour after we'd left. But anyway, going back to the European Cup final, we stayed near the Blue Mosque, so we were going back to our digs at about 4 o'clock in the morning after the final, and people were being called to prayer, at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I guess that's what that religion do, isn't it? So it was crazy. I remember sitting down to have a rest now and again, and there was people wanting to shine your shoes. And I think one of the times my friend had his sandals on, and they wanted to shine his sandals. I don't know where that came from, but I remember we'd tried to go to the Galatasaray-Fenerbahce derby, which was the week before, and we ended up in the Fenerbahce supporters club because we asked a copper if this ticket was genuine that we'd been offered, and it wasn't, so we ended up in the Fenerbahce supporters club. But if you want to hear more about adventures and anything that I've been doing, please check other episodes of my podcast out, or indeed my book, Living with Mitochondria Against All Odds, which I believe is still available on Amazon. And please check out Ian's adventures on TikTok, as I'll be talking about my go-karting adventures at college, Formula 1. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Okay, see you soon. Goodbye.